5 baby guinea pigs who were braving the elements on a moor get pet rescued at 5. And before that, actor Robert Powell makes himself at home in Dictionary Dell. Countdown is coming up after 15 to 1.
Charles Irvine from Oldham in Lancashire, David Kay from Reading, Christine Hales from Aylesbury in Buckinghamshire, Rob Williams from Sutton Coldfield in the West Midlands, Brian Toohey from Hope in Flintshire, Don Smith from Rutherglen in South Lanarkshire, Stella Dickinson from Gateshead in Tyne and Wear, James Tuthill from Sidcup in Kent, Rose Poole from King's Lynn, Doug Patmore from Colchester, Jim Bowden from Newton Abbey in County Antrim, Ted Green from Accrington in Lancashire, Chris Kushner from Preston, Dinah Brandt from Walthamstow in London, and Graham Dawson from Workington in Cumbria are all here to play 15 to 1, presented by William G Stewart.
Thank you. Hello. No previous winner with us today, so we'll start with the finals board, on which there are 7 previous winners. There it is. Daphne Fowler, Russell Turner, David Albinson, Travis Flint, Brian Rolls, Peter Miller and Martin Saunders. And the top 3 are previous grand finalists. For today, Steve Sadler and Colin Cameron are the targets. That's all you need to know before we start, so off we go. With 2 questions each in the first round, 1 correct answer from you to survive, and we begin with Charles Irvine from Oldham in Lancashire. Charles, peasant leaders and the present cabinet. What name links a leader of a 14th century peasants' revolt and a current member of the cabinet?
Brown.
Jack Straw. David, please, English history. The uncrowned boy King Edward V and his younger brother Richard, Duke of York, mysteriously disappeared from their place of imprisonment in 1483. Together, how are they known popularly?
Hansel and Gretel.
The Princes in the Tower. Christine, please. The poems of Rupert Brooke. If I should die, think only this of me, that there's some corner of a foreign field. What comes next?
That shall ever be England.
Well, that's forever England. OK. And Rob, the arts and music. The operas, Peter Grimes, Albert Herring and Billy Budd. The English composer, please.
I don't know.
No? Benjamin Britten. Brian, religious art and painting. What in a religious painting is a nimbus? A halo. Don, music. Which is the only minor key which has a key signature with no sharps or flats?
No idea, sorry.
A minor. Stella, Scotland. In which town is the Tam O'Shanter pub, formerly a museum, reputedly the site of the starting point of Tam's famous ride?
Edinburgh.
Air. Medicine, James. What is measured by an instrument called an audiometer?
Blood pressure.
Hearing power or capacity. Rose, please, 19th century literature. Katrina is the sequel to which Robert Louis Stevenson novel? No? Kidnapped. Doug, please, annual awards. The Orange, the Whitbread and the Booker are famous annual awards in which field of the arts?
Literature.
Famous songs and bridges, Jim. The famous Pont d'Avignon in the well-known song spans which European river?
The Rhone.
It does, yes. Ted, please, museums. The last surviving British cruiser of World War II is now a museum and moored on the River Thames in London. What's it called? No. HMS Belfast. Chris, referring to telepathy and clairvoyance, what exactly do the letters ESP stand for?
Extrasensory perception.
Indeed. Retailing, Diana. Rackhams, the Army and Navy and Bins are all part of which major retail group?
House of Fraser.
And Graham, please. Music again. What term, also applied in architecture, is used to describe the style of music of the 17th and 18th centuries, including works by the composers Bach, Vivaldi, Handel and Scarlatti?
Baroque.
And your second question, Charles. In which outdoor game is the object to play the balls through 6 hoops and peg out by striking a central pin?
Croquet.
David, please. In which units is the height of a horse measured, each unit being equal to 4 inches?
Hands.
Christine, please. Which organisation owns a vessel called Rainbow Warrior?
Greenpeace.
Parliament, please, Rob. The House of Lords. By what title is the Captain of the Honourable Corps of Gentlemen at Arms more commonly known?
Lord Chancellor.
Chief Whip. Brian, please. By what shortened name is the British Actors Trade Union known?
After.
Equity. Don, science. LPG is liquefied or liquid petroleum gas. What is LNG short for?
No, sorry.
Liquefied natural gas. Stella, please. On a compass rose, how many degrees are there between due east and due west?
180.
James, please. The Winter Olympics. Salt Lake City in 2002. Which Italian city will stage the Winter Olympics of 2006?
Florence.
Turin. Rose, please. Proverbs. According to the saying, how far is it from the sublime to the ridiculous?
One step.
Yes, only one step. Doug, please. To which ancient civilization does the word Punic, P-U-N-I-C, as in Punic Wars, relate?
Carthage.
Yes, the Carthaginians. Jim, please. The castle of May at Caithness is one of the 3 residences of which member of the royal family?
Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother.
And Ted, please. London. The name of which Hyde Park thoroughfare is said to derive from a corruption of the French meaning the King's Road?
Rotten Row.
And Chris, please. Monarchy. Henry IV's surname was taken from his birthplace in Lincolnshire. What was it? Bolingbroke. Diana, please. Shakespeare. In the dramatis personae of which Shakespeare tragedy are Cicero, Publius and Popilius Lena listed as senators?
Julius Caesar.
And Graham, civil aviation. Which Commonwealth country is served by Moy International Airport, named after Daniel T. Arap Moy, the president of the country?
Sorry.
Kenya. It's 4 down, 11 to go. Laura?
And they are Rob Williams, Brian Toohey, Don Smith and James Tuthill. And the remaining 11 contestants, 4, still have their 3 lives intact.
This to start round 2. Charles, classical music. Who was the composer of the Planets Suite?
Holst.
Yes, Gustav Holst. A number, Charles?
15, please.
Graham, agriculture. Which crop is seriously damaged by the boll weevil?
Grain.
Cotton. Again, please, Charles.
14, please.
Saints, Diana. Which saint was the mother of the Virgin Mary? St Anne. Again, please, Charles.
13, please.
British landmarks, Chris. In which South Coast port is Lord Nelson's flagship HMS Victory in dry dock?
Portsmouth.
A number, please, Chris.
Number 3.
Norse mythology, Christine. Who was the Norse god of thunder and sky after whom Thursday is named?
Thor.
A number, please, Christine.
10.
Motorways, Doug. Which motorway runs across the Pennines from Liverpool to a point just west of Hull?
M62.
A number, please.
1.
John Keats. Season of mists and mellow fruitfulness. Which season?
Winter.
Autumn. Again, please, Doug.
3.
The royal family, Christine. How many grandchildren does Princess Margaret have?
3.
Ooh, just 3. And again, please.
12, please.
Geography, please, Ted. What in the Yellowstone National Park in America is known as Old Faithful?
A geezer.
A number, please, Ted.
Number 7.
Music again, Stella. Which instrument does the leader of a symphony orchestra play?
A trumpet.
First violin, again, please.
Number 9, please.
And Rose, please. British coastal waters, the name, please, of the large sandbanks which lie approximately 6 miles off the Kent coast.
Dogger.
That's further north. This is the Goodwin Sands. Again, please.
Number 11, please.
And Jim, please, domestic animals. Which breed of working dog named after an alpine hospice is famed for its rescue work?
The St. Bernard.
A number, please, Jim.
Number 14.
Whose sensational trial took place in 1893 after she was accused of murdering her father and stepmother in Fall River, Massachusetts?
Lizzie Borden.
Don't chop your mother up in Massachusetts. Again, please, Diana.
Number 1, please.
Charles, which novel by Mark Twain was written as a sequel to The Adventures of Tom Sawyer?
Huckleberry Finn.
Yes, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. And onwards, please. A number?
10, please.
Doug, in terms of area, Russia is the largest country in the world. 2 of the next 4 largest, please.
Canada.
Yeah.
France.
Canada, China, the USA and Brazil. Again, please.
11.
Children's literature, please, Jim. In the Harry Potter books, what's the name of the dark wizard so terrifying that no one can even speak his name, so most refer to him as you-know-who?
I don't know.
Voldemort, Lord Voldemort. Again, please.
Number 3, please.
And Christine, please. The longest suspension bridge in Britain is over 1,400 metres in length. Which river estuary does it cross?
7.
The Humber. Again, please, Charles.
Number 15, please.
Chemistry, please, Graham. Which acid, the common organic acid in milk and other dairy products that have turned sour, also occurs in beer?
Lactic acid.
And again, please, Graham.
Number 3.
And Christine, which title was bestowed in the 19th century by Queen Victoria on her second son, Prince Alfred, and more recently in the 20th century by George VI on Prince Philip?
Duke of Edinburgh.
And again, please.
13.
And Chris, please. Still monarchy. King Mohammed VI, who acceded in 1999 as the ruler of which African country?
Egypt.
Morocco. Again, please.
11.
Popular songs, please, Jim. Who in a popular American song is, quote, a real live nephew of my Uncle Sam's? Yankee Doodle Dandy. Again, please.
Number 2.
And David, the name, please, given to the residence of a minister of religion, especially of the Church of Scotland.
Sorry, I don't know.
Manse. Again, please, Christine.
Number 1.
Italy, Charles. What is the capital of the Italian region of Campania?
Turin.
Naples. Christine again.
14.
The animal world, Diana. The Struthio camelus is the largest living bird in the world. What's its common name?
Ostrich.
And again, please.
Number 7, please.
Botany, Stella. The study of which plant led Gregor Mendel to his discovery of the basic principle of heredity?
Peas.
Yes, the garden pea. A number, please.
Number 10, please.
English law, please, Doug. The name, please, of the division of the High Court that deals with wills, taxation, liquidation and bankruptcy.
Chancery.
Yes, indeed, Chancery Division, Doug. And onward, please.
Number 12.
Ted, the word perk, meaning a benefit, tip or item that someone has by custom a right to expect, is an abbreviation of which longer word?
Perquisite.
And a number, please, Ted.
15.
Sport, please, Graham. In which sport are the main group of competitors in a race known as the peloton, meaning pack?
Rugby union.
Cycling. Again, please.
Number 3, please.
Children's literature, Christine. The children's story Bambi. Who wrote it?
I've no idea.
Felix Salten. Again, please.
2, please.
And David, please. House of Commons procedure. PNQs may be asked at 3:30 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday, at 12:30 on Thursday, and sometimes at 10:30 on Fridays. What are PNQs?
Prime Minister's questions.
Private notice questions. Again.
Number 3, please.
And Christine, please. Scandals of the 1890s. A key figure in the downfall of Oscar Wilde, Lord Alfred Douglas. What was his famous nickname?
Boz. No.
Bosie.
Bosie.
Again, please.
Number 7, please.
And Stella, please. In Christian tradition, how many stations of the cross are there?
4.
14. Again, please.
Number 9, please.
And Rose, please. Classic films. In the film Citizen Kane, what are Kane's first 2 names?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
He's Charles Foster Kane. And again, Ted.
Number 10, please.
And Doug? Which famous novelist spent his summers at a house now called Bleak House at Broadstairs near Margate?
Charles Dickens.
And again, please.
Number 14.
Proverbs, Diana. 3 may keep a secret if 2 of them are what?
Dead.
Yes. Onwards, please.
Number 12.
And Ted, business and sport. Formerly the chairman of the Tesco supermarket chain, who is the chairman of the England and Wales Cricket Board?
Lord McLaren.
Yes. You rescued that, Ted. Now, what is it?
Number 10, please.
And Doug, if you sail due west from Perth in Australia, which country will be your first continental landfall?
China.
South Africa. Again, please.
Number 11, please.
Jim, what in the field of conservation and planning is a TPO?
TPO. I don't know.
Tree Preservation Order. Ted.
Number 13, please.
And opera, Chris. Lucrezia Borgia, Don Pasquale, Lucia di Lammermoor. Operas by which Italian composer?
Puccini.
Donizetti. There you are, 12 down, 3 to go, and after the break, Doug Patmore from Colchester, Ted Green from Accrington in Lancashire, and Diana Brandt from Walthamstow in London will be here for the final. Do please stay with us.
The three surviving contestants in today's 15 to 1 final are Doug Patmore, who is retired and who comes from Colchester, Ted Green, a retired civil engineer from Accrington in Lancashire, and Diana Brandt, a freelance bookkeeper and auditor from Walthamstow in London.
Thank you. Welcome back. Doug, Ted and Diana. A winning score above 161 is required for a place on the finals board, so put your fingers on the buzzers and off we go. Religion. In which Protestant church is the presidency of the conference known as Mr. Wesley's Chair? Ted?
Methodism.
Yes, the Methodists. Humorous rhymes. I want the last 3 words to complete this famous clerihue. Sir Christopher Wren said, I'm going to dine with some men. If anybody calls, say I am... Doug?
Designing St Paul's.
Indeed, exactly right. Architecture. The work of the Spanish architect Antoni Gaudi is particularly associated with which city? Ted?
Barcelona.
It's Barcelona. History of rock music. Phil Collins with Genesis, Charlie Watts with the Rolling Stones. Doug?
Drummers.
Yes, indeed. And the late Keith Moon with The Who. Independent radio. In which city in East Anglia is the radio station Broadland 102 based? Diana?
Norwich.
Indeed, Norwich. Eva Peron was an influential political figure from 1945 until her death in 1952. In which country? Doug?
Argentina.
3 correct answers, Doug. Question or nominate?
Question.
Charles Dickens, A Christmas Carol. What is Scrooge's first name?
Ebenezer.
Question or nominate?
Question.
Still Charles Dickens. A gentleman called William Shaw, headmaster of Bowes Academy in North Yorkshire, became the most famous or infamous headmaster in the country after the publication of which Dickens' work in 1839?
Nicholas Nickleby.
Yes, he was the model for Wackford Squeers. And question or nominate?
Nominate Ted.
Ted, geography. In which ocean are Pitcairn Island, Easter Island and the Cook Islands?
In the Pacific.
Question or nominate?
Question, please.
This is the flag of which international organisation?
United Nations.
The Commonwealth. And fingers back on the buzzers, please. Famous Americans. By what name is the American screenwriter, actor and director Alan Stewart? Doug?
Woody Allen.
It is Woody Allen. And question or nominate?
Nominate Diana.
Diana, politics. Northern Ireland, the SDLP. What do the letters SDLP stand for?
Social Democratic and Labour Party.
And question or nominate?
Nominate Ted.
Ted, quotations. I am ready to meet my maker. Whether my maker is prepared for the great ordeal of meeting me is another matter. Which statesman said that in 1954, some 11 years before his death?
Mr. Churchill.
And question or nominate?
Question, please.
Geography again. Which is, geographically, the largest island which is part of Europe?
Iceland.
Great Britain. Fingers back on the buzzers, please. Sport and horse racing. What name is given to the type of horse racing across countryside and over fences, only open to amateur rider? Ted?
Point to point.
Yes, point to point. And question or nominate?
Diana, please.
Languages. In Hebrew, it is Lashana Tova. In Italian, it is Buon Capodanno. In Spanish, it is Feliz Año Nuevo. What is it in English?
Happy New Year.
Indeed. And onwards?
Nominate Doug.
And Doug, food and drink. Which fruit gives the liqueur triple sec its flavour?
Lime.
Orange. Again, please, Diana.
Ted.
Ted, history. Which king did Robert Catesby and Guy Fawkes intend to kill by placing barrels of gunpowder below the Houses of Parliament?
James I.
Of England and the 6th of Scotland, yes. And onwards, question on orange?
Diana, please.
Diana, what name is given to the part of a parachute which catches the air?
Canopy.
Question or nominate?
Nominate Doug.
Doug, art and famous paintings. I am half sick of shadows, said the Lady of Shalott, is one of 3 paintings by John William Waterhouse, based on whose poem of 1821?
Mallory.
Alfred Lord Tennyson, The Lady of Shalott. Again, Diana.
Ted.
Ted, please. Often known as the self-styled King of Wessex, who is this flamboyant member of the aristocracy?
Lord Bath.
Well, the Marquis of Bath,
Marquis of
yes,
Bath, yeah.
the present Marquis of Bath. And onwards, please, question or nominate?
Diana, please.
Diana, literature. Which 19th century novel is chiefly set in two houses? One, Thrushcross Grange, the other being the title of the novel.
Wuthering Heights.
Oh, yes, but quicker next time. Again, please, as I saw the one. And
Doug, please.
Doug, please. The Parliament of which European country is housed in the Christiansborg Palace?
Sweden.
Denmark. Again, Diana?
Ted, please.
Ted, ships in novels. Ships called the Patna, the Narcissus and the Judea feature in stories by which 19th, 20th century writer?
Joseph Conrad.
Yes, Joseph Conrad. Question or nominate?
Diana, please.
Diana, in zoological terms, what does lanate, L-A-N-A-T-E, mean, referring to animals?
They're hooved.
No, woolly, covering with something resembling wool. Again, Ted?
Again, please.
Military terms, Diana. What term is used to refer to the exact times set for the beginning of a military operation?
ETA.
0 hour. Again, please, Ted?
And nominate again, please.
It is pop stars and business, Diana. Which former member of the Rolling Stones has a chain of restaurants called Sticky Fingers?
Bill Wyman.
And question or nominate?
Ted, please.
Human anatomy, Ted. What name is given to the veins which drain blood from the head?
The carotid artery.
Jugular veins. Now, Diana, you have a winning score of 62, 1 life left, and there are 12 questions there. Zoology again. Some animals have prehensile tails. What's the meaning of the word prehensile in that context?
They used to have one, but it's evolved down to a stub.
It means they've still got one, but it's capable of grasping. Well, there you are. Your winning score of 62 won't find you a place on the finals board, but go away, have your summer holidays and come and join us later in the year. And well done, Doug. And well done, Ted. And well done, Diana. And that's it for today. But before we go, here's Laura with a first glance at this series' trophies. Laura?
Both our trophies for this series come from the 4th century BC, from Greek colonies in southern Italy. Our top of the finals board prize is this attractive oenokwe, which means wine jug, from the colony of Apulia. A strap handle overhangs the distinctive trefoil lip. The decoration immediately below the lip is typical of this sort of vessel, and the main body is decorated with a vine pattern, alternating grapes, tendrils and leaves. It is dated circa 320 to 310 BC. For our grand final trophy from the city of Paestum, in the region of Campania, we have chosen this hydria, which means water vessel. Long tongues encircle the neck, below which the main decoration shows a young woman seated on a rock, behind her a stepped altar. In her right hand she holds a wreath, in her left a skewer of fruit. And this piece is dated circa 325 to 300 BC.